But yeah, yesterday and today I wrote like the lyrics and made the structure of it. In general, usually it's like I'm very much a opportunist when it comes to songwriting. I'm not somebody who can just sit and like develop something. It's like it's either happening now or I will get like stuck.
Took a blink through the last 4 years. My design couldn't do much anyways. So much to talk about now. How about a look around?
Yeah, I would say I feel groove and then I feel chords. Melody's always something I've kind of like struggled with.
So you invent the melody around the progression.
Yeah, I'm very much a chord, like I do chords. That's usually how it goes, which I feel like is kind of inside out. This is the first song that I've ever like shopped it, where I was like, yeah, I know what this wants to be. Like I knew I was going to have access to the studio and I was going to be working with you, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. So I've like actually thought, okay, well, yeah, I want some things here. I have like a certain drum beat in mind. You know, also have a certain element. I just want to like leave up to, you know, in the room with you, like what you feel. Cause I can hear you in the crowd when I do my songs and I don't really have like much of an idea, but you'll be like, hey, I hear slide guitar, like vocals here. I'll hear you like you and Anya, the first time I came to bring you a song, you and Anya were both like humming in the crowd and I was like, wow, I must be really doing good. Like,
so you'll skip that section.
Yeah, this doesn't get played, okay. But right here, I'm often free to love like I want to now. That's a quote from you. You said I'm free to love how I want now. There's freedom in this. And you also said that. But I cut it because it didn't serve the song. Oh, really?
The whole point of this video was for you to show me where the f*** to turn the page.
This is the first one that I've like intentionally placed lyrics and like pulled some out and been like, well, maybe I can say that better. Just because I knew like the stakes were a little bit higher. If I told 2019 me that I would be doing this right now, I think 2019 me would have cried. The thought of doing something like this was just such a fever dream that like...
A fever dream?
Yeah, where I was just like, I would sit and I would think about it rather than like actually make strides and write things.
Blink twice, mask off, grinding gears. Open mind to the thoughts in the mirror. The corner always sunk deep in the floor. No snow.
Finding my identity, who I was. Collaborating and support. That's where it changed, because I thought I had to do it alone. That's what changed for me, was getting in the room with other people. Somebody who's made a huge impact on me is Ben Coates, which is funny because like Ben played bass with me and the drummer of my band, and we didn't even like, I didn't even know I ended up playing in his band. And you know, just through like knowing Ben and, you know, working with him, writing songs has been like mega eye-opening just in how he like operates and how he does things. For me, my most fruitful collaborations come from people that I have a relationship with, like a deep relationship with, and who know me and can give feedback based on who I am.
It's a brand new day. These eyes won't ever see the same. Southern skies far away from home.
Jim Croce in that category. I think Carpenter's, Karen Carpenter, just absolutely phenomenal. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, those were craftsmen. Those guys are master craftsmen. Joni Mitchell, her experience before writing Blue, absolute rock bottom. David Crosby, they're writing Deja Vu, and he loses his wife and maybe his daughter in a car crash, and he would just walk into the studio and weep every day. Your life bleeding into what you're doing, that is where it's like you're crafting something that's just like bigger than you, and just like encapsulating almost like a, you know, like a piece of physical art. And that's kind of the stuff like that I've always, you know, really appreciated, is like super vulnerability, putting down your experience on paper, and then it impacts people. Bon Iver's 22 a Million, the amount of times I've sat and just had just a really like had a hard day, and that album was there for me. And seeing him live perform that album in 2018, like where I just was still figuring out who I was and just starting to see the world, you know, as like what I thought becoming an adult was, and just crying my eyes out that entire show. That is where it's like, okay, well, he like bled for this song, you know, like that kind of thing, where you're a craftsman, you know, you're just absolutely describing the human condition in a way that like I don't resonate with in other ways.
This is going to be your second take all the way through.
Yep.
Okay.
17 years. That's man.
2040.
That should be longer than 17 years.
So 2040.
If
You come to see me at the nursing.
Yeah, I in the next 17 years would love to be able to come to you and say or show you that I've made an impact on other people's lives and made an impact that is bigger than myself. I wouldn't bring you any albums that I've done. I might, you know. I'd like to be able to tell you that.
Took a blink through the last 4 years. My design never did much.
Wow.
I just recently like started seeing someone, and it's like I love her more than anything, and I'm definitely gonna marry her someday. And
Does she know any of this?
Yeah.
Can I put this in the video?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Molly.
Ask her to marry you.
Hey Molly, you want to get married?